All right, Nick, let's talk about the Chicago Bears. This is a team that has shown a lot of growth, especially in their last two games. But we have the story on a player in particular who's shown growth in more than just that. And we're going to point out all the finer details of that as well. But Chicago fans, we've got to know in the comments below, there's been more players than just one on this team who've been growing quite a lot. And we want to know, it's getting to be the middle of the season almost, maybe the beginning of mid-season. Who is your mid-season MVP so far? Offense or defense, it doesn't matter. Let us know in the comments below who's your mid-season MVP. But Nick, what do we got going on the Chicago Bears?
Yeah, so it's clear that Justin Fields, right? All the attention is around him, whether it's Luke Getsy, what's he going to bring as the play caller, and obviously the issues they have surrounding him with talent. They've always had injuries at the wide receiver position early in the year. We haven't even seen much out of Pringle or anything at all. N'Keal Harry's just recently gone into the fold. So the real question mark is, okay, how good is Justin Fields? You know, it's a tough question to answer, but we've seen the last 2 weeks against the Patriots. He was stupendous. Against Dallas, he was spectacular. But, you know, you brought it up, Mize, but let's go ahead and show it right here. So this is according to PFF. There's a saying, the trend is your friend, Mize. Look at that arrow of progression right there. You see that ramp up of how well Justin Fields is performing according to PFF here. He is getting better and better and better. And I can honestly say that, look, this isn't just a case of analytics or PFF going down a misleading trail. I watched the Bears against the Patriots, against that Bill Belichick-led defense. He carved them up. And look, he played Dallas, another great defense. They got a lot of really nice players. He moved the ball up and down the field against Dallas. He made play after play after play. He was unbelievable, Mize. And I think the thing when I watch Justin Fields play is that we're kind of in an era in the NFL where we expect our quarterbacks to, you know, kind of look like Mahomes or Breeze or Brady or Rodgers and throw for 350 and 4 scores. But that takes back, when I look at Fields, it kind of takes me back to a quarterback from the early 2000s that was stupendous, but never put up the great numbers. Justin Fields reminds me of Steve McNair of the Houston Oilers and Tennessee Titans. McNair was always a guy that never had a lot of passing yards. He was always like 19 of 25 for $195 and maybe a throwing touchdown and a running touchdown. Never did a whole lot in terms of production, but he was in total control of the game, right? He was big, strong, he could move, he could run, had a lot of similarities to Fields. And watching Justin Fields against New England and watching him against Dallas, it had the same kind of vibe where it's like, this is a guy who's a special athlete. He's bigger and stronger. He's accurate. He's making good decisions. The growth is happening, right? You see in the PFF grades, but it's also in the eye test. Fields is making massive strides, and he really impressed me the last couple of weeks. And if I'm a Bears fan, I've got to be excited for what I'm seeing out of this young quarterback.
Yeah, Nick, and that's also Baltimore Ravens legend Steve McNair.
That's true. I forgot about that. There you go.
But
about that.
Fields, though, Nick, first 3 games of the season, not his best performance. He got a 44, a 40, and a 56 PFF grade. But then coming in to the next 5 games, Nick, the growth really starts to show. Goes 67, a 77.9, his highest graded game of the season against divisional opponent, the Minnesota Vikings, who also have a strong defense. So that's a good showing. Then he goes back down a little bit, 58 against the Redskins, or excuse me, the Commanders, whatever you would like to call them. Old habits die hard. But then, like you said, against New England and Dallas, some of his best games, he goes 71, 72.6. The trend is going up, and Justin Fields has been progressing every game this season, and it looks like that is not stopping anytime soon. And like you said, some of the best playmakers they have, like we talked about bringing in guys like Byron Pringle, N'Keal Harry, these guys haven't really even been fully integrated into the offense yet. And I think that this is just the bottom. We're not saying that Byron Pringle and N'Keal Harry are top end receivers. They could add some more receiving talent to this offense and
100%.
really bring Fields way over the top, don't you think?
Yeah, 100%. And when I look back at Justin Fields' performance, I compared him to Zach Wilson and Trevor Lawrence, right? These were the other two, really talented guys coming out of the class last year. Obviously, Trey Lance is hurt. Mac Jones is kind of a different quarterback. He's more of a game manager, so I'm not really counting him. But you look at what the Jaguars did with Lawrence. They added all those guys in free agency. They overspent a little bit, but they tried to give him weapons. You've got the Jets, right? They used the high draft pick on Garrett Wilson. They used a running back to give him more guys. They brought in a lot of offensive linemen. The Bears didn't do nearly that level for Justin Fields. And despite that, Fields is outperforming them all. So Justin Fields' PFF grade on the season, he's at 63.6. Zach Wilson's PFF grade, 53.7. How about Trevor Lawrence? number 1 overall pick, 58.0. Now, look, obviously those aren't great grades, so it's not like Justin Fields is really, outperforming Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers here in terms of, long-term trends. But the fact of the matter remains is that Fields is having a better year than his contemporaries with less talent, and the trend is up. And listen, I know a lot of Bears fans probably felt frustrated after the game against Dallas, because I guarantee you, Miles, that game was a lot closer than that score was indicating, right? If the Bears defense could get a couple key stops, it would have been a completely different game, because Justin Fields has that really vaunted Dallas defense on the ropes. He was in total control. I mean, there were times he didn't have any protection at all and get killed, but if he had just a semblance of time, his ability to move in the pocket, throw on the run, be accurate, make good decisions, his touchdown to N'Keal Harry, it's just one of those throws you don't think about, but he had bodied up the Dallas corner. He was in good position. And there's a lot of things a quarterback can do wrong. He can try and lead the receiver too much. He gets away from the corner. He tries to throw it, maybe too close to the receiver, and the defender can make a play on it. It's like a great basketball pass. It's a great post up. He throws it right on the spot, 25 yards down the field, frozen rope touchdown. Like, those are the kind of plays on top of his amazing athletic ability that he's starting to make. And I am beyond impressed with Justin Fields. I really think they have something special here. And I think if the Bears just continue on this path and use the draft picks they've gotten and the cap space they've cleared up with the Robert Quinn and Roquan Smith trades, and just go all into supporting Fields, they could be just a monster for them for a very long time.